You know how you just had some notes and it was just coops, just man, this man's just chasing that MVP at this point.
He is. He absolutely is. QZZ though, shout out to QZZ at 1v2 onto the rest of Vitality. He was wiped out by Aura like seconds later, but yeah, some really good stuff there. There's a lot more players on the team than just Mila that are really fragging out.
Are we going to get group stage champion? Clearly, with this opening performance, 7, it is survival stage champion in the finals.
And we're hoping that that's going to be the case. If you're a Tiamba fan, you're going to be looking really happy. If you're a Fourth Rise fan, Fourth Rise, it's looking for a comeback here. Same with OG, but let's see what's going to be happening here on the second game of Pmwc at EWC 26 Finals.
Thank you, 7. Great breakdown there. Recap of what we saw on our screens live in Game 1 of Rondo. Starting to get a little bit louder in here, but Paris, how loud can you get? Let's go! It's a good crowd. It's a real good crowd here we got here in Paris.
Second match.
Supporting all their teams. I mean, the Enigma Galaxy crowd, they've been loud. We'll see if they get loud. As Enigma Galaxy are doing fairly well here so far. It's really nice to see. Again, mad props. First of all, mad props to actually being here. The guys dodged so many events at this point.
Second match
but yeah, the rest of the team's also looking fantastic. Round looking a little bit more reserved, I would say, in the gameplay, which is good to see. Holding those angles. I actually liked where he set himself up. It became a real nuisance. The big thing was, didn't immediately go down either. And I think a lot of times that's all he needs to do, because he knows the layout of the land. He knows where he needs to be playing. It's just something. He's just letting the rest of his team work those angles whilst he plays that off. Quite frustrating spot to deal with. But we're heading over to our angle now, so probably a little less action involved, a little bit more calm, chilled out as we head in towards the first portion of the day. Fury at last game did come down to once again. Yeah. And honestly, mate, you know, normally
new momentum. Let's go. Team India.
It's just how
India wait कर रही है.
he was up against
चिकन लेके माहौल बना दो.
position to be left in, but hey, they've still squeezed some extra points out of it, so it's better than it could have been for some of our other.
सारे BGM हमारे PUBG सारे Indian fans wait कर रहे.
Rondo is Rondo, and now we get something a little bit more normal. Opening
domination तक दिखा दो, मजा ही आ जाए.
All way down the middle.
Down on that eastern side, Yaz.
चलो भाई लोग.
Opening here
जय माता दी.
into Gakra, a little bit harder to get towards
New match.
western side. North George, well, and South George, probably possible. It's just going to be a little bit more of a long approach on that one. Vital's just
कोई top fight तो नहीं है. जितना मैंने देखा था, zero top fight है.
Commercially split, honestly, over towards Stalbert on that eastern side. You have a lot of position to loot. Most of the time, you're not having a second team come over here, so it's just a really good position to get set up in the early game.
नहीं दिख रहा. कोई drop fight नहीं दिख रहा.
But man, Tiamba, we didn't talk about them too much at the end of that
Full
game.
fight तो कौन बोला नहीं है?
There is definitely fire in those bellies today. Because to make that push, to make that decision, to just be like, let's have a straight fight.
Because सोलह अपने पास जा रहे गाड़ी
When
लेते
we're
हैं.
playing edge.
तो वो slow
I
market
don't
इसको.
know what's gotten into them, but I love it.
It is so good. So many elims already, and they just go, I like the look of that
Zone
position.
बढ़िया है. Gauntlet के लिए बढ़िया है.
I'll be having that. Fairly watery circle, mate. Starting off one of these. This has been a consistent trend, at least throughout survival. We had quite a few very similar to this on our start.
उस पे एक बंदा बीच में कूदा है.
For Vitality with a late
गंडिया वाला मार देता.
Albert with their
मानिया मार देता.
Yeah.
और मानिया को निकलना पड़ेगा वरना वो बंदे ले
A little bit more
जाएगा.
difficult.
के लिए.
A lot of the rotation tools are
मानिया को
probably
फट पर निकलना पड़ेगा.
also it is going to be a long rotating Vitality.
तेरा और निकला की फाइट है.
Might end up,
भगा रहे हैं
or
उसको.
probably will end up creating a little bit more of a passive game for them, a slower game for them. Fourth Rise though, loving life. You know, they get down towards Ferry Pier, the yellow's on the eastern side, there's no one around here, it's chilled out, it's peaceful. You get yourself set up nice and early on one of the prior compounds as we head into zone 2.
जो इड़ा का
About this one is that there's a little bit of Sosnovka and there isn't
next level पोजी पे.
there
I don't think
is
उसे किसी को पता है.
0% possibility that this doesn't go down towards Sosnovka in the future. It still can, it could even send up around Bridge. Satan on on our screens. You know what, the last game, first time I've seen Satan smile this tournament, by the way. Even when they win, it usually looks like something's gone wrong.
He enjoyed that one.
He did like that one. That was a nice win for him.
Yeah, they were chuffed to bits. And to be fair, it was great. You know, nice head-to-head. Two very talented squads. Lots of contrast of play styles, but Enigma Galaxy proving that it was on the money today in that first game. So low on utility, but made every bit count.
वहाँ से अपने वाले सेफ हो गए ना?
Can they keep it going though?
Safe है.
You start well on Rondo. How does it look then moving in here to Arangao? Another chicken dinner, big placement. What we're looking at from them. That'll be a nice, I suppose, a litmus test.
बंद कर दो यार.
What the quality of this team's going to be looking like throughout the next 2 days here.
Ida. These guys kind of crumbled. They made the similar approach to Tiamba actually last game, but I think what Tiamba did very differently was they isolated the Vitality compound away from Aurora, whereas Ida kind of came from that north side and just
ये भी देखना, बीजेएमएन से देखना है.
thought that was a
कहीं
very
देखना है.
strange
दो
play
बॉल में
for
दोनों
Ida
देखो.
to make. I think most of the time most teams would understand that probably don't want to place yourself between those two squads
corner.
or those two buildings. They're very popular.
भाई ये फाइट नहीं करेंगे, सिर्फ बैठे रहेंगे तो दोनों का ही लॉस है.
But I don't think Ida had done badly before. They had some really cool clutch moments, some super awesome 1v3s right at the end of the games. Like they have what it takes to be a champion, but not like that. Or start making
बस
silly mistakes.
डिलेट के लिए लूट रहे भाई अपने वाले तो. No fear.
Obviously, we touched on Vitality going down kind of early into that one. Two other squads that I'm assuming towards the end of the day will be in a very different place to where they are in the standings right now. Tribes and Godlike. Teams that have got so much firepower, even just individuals as well.
Yeah.
घोड़ा भी लेके आता, घोड़े पे बैठ के swing करता
Immediately,
हूँ.
mate, you won't only see it, you'll hear it from the crowd.
Doing a song this morning.
उड़ाओ माँ, ये पैसा उड़ाओ रे.
He's got a little bit of shy smile on his face.
Yeah,
It's cheeky. He is cheeky. It's cheeky.
अबे यार.
When I was talking to him yesterday, he seemed like he was ready and raring to go. The rest of the team all looked happy. IQ is in high spirits, which is very,
उड़ाओ
very good
माँ,
news
ये
to see.
पैसा उड़ा, 12 निकलती है. ज्वेल्स उड़ाओ, चलो
Give
चैट में
them
ज्वेल्स
advice
उड़ाओ.
on those crucial bits of information, where the team wants to go, how they want to play it out. You
मोरली
need
ने आके सीधा सेंटर पकड़ा है.
all the new team to be happy.
सीधा.
Though I am kind of worried about Godlike and Orangutan.
Okay.
Not because of gameplay we've seen so far, just because this is a finals at EWC. I think for them, it would be unwise not to say they're under pressure. I think if you're a fan of both these squads, and maybe today looks a little bit
लंबा
rough,
रोटेशन है.
I would caveat with that there is a tremendous
नहीं फिर लाके 40
weight
ब्लॉक कर
down
रखे
on them right now, being in such a prestigious finals.
उनका ड्रॉप ही
versus some
पहले भी है.
very
अच्छा.
good squads.
मैं तो उनका सेंटर ऑफ द जोन है.
Get back
एकदम
into
प्योर
the
सेंटर
bit by match 3 potentially, and if it takes till tomorrow, I think that's fine as well. OG are already still showing off that they have the rotations capability to make it happen. They got
Godlike ने भी पहला जोन ले लिया है.
eliminations, that's fine. Godlike similarly,
जब
still
मैं दिखा दूं,
aggression
देखो,
in play. I'd
सेंटर आ
like to
गई है.
see it, but maybe not where we really want it
Holding
to
से पिट
happen
सकते हैं
during
अपने
the
वाले.
game.
I think it's also for teams like that going. For our other squads that were forced to play survival stage, you've had to consistently keep running and keep that form on the go.
Yeah, exactly.
You come out of your group in those top team spots, you get a few days off, but that does cool you down a little bit. And the thing that's changed is what's going on behind us. The energy in the arena, there's always the hype. They're getting excited because 4 for us is making a play. That's IQ with an opening takedown. But that's the difference as well. You come back into this area. Sure, with the noise cancelling headphones, they might not be hearing it, but I tell you what, they can feel it. The vibration.
भाई यार
I know the
क्या है यार ये
feels
ढोल मैं थोड़ा स्लो कर रहा हूँ भाई ये ढोल मेरी आँख में घुस गया भाई.
And if you're trying to instantly snap back into that tournament winning mindset after a few days off with all this,
थोड़ा कम कर रहा हूँ भाई मैं पागल हो जाऊँगा और आप तो हो ना हो मैं हो जाऊँगा.
Yeah. I don't like that though, from Aurora. Because you can scout
थोड़ा इतना कम रखिए ताकि भाई देखने में मजा आए
beachhead, having a look
और माहौल बने भाई.
lighthouse and be like, okay, there's the guy up there waiting. Try and check the girders. I always think it's an odd maneuver to try and
साला कास्टर से ज्यादा तो ढोल बज रहे.
come across, and it's like, well, we know there's someone across there though, but you also just lost a player.
ये ना ये कौन सा हिल पे जा रही है.
Could have even just waited for zone 2. I'm curious to see what the analyst desk has to say about that, because for me that's just not
WC, Pmwc potential. Right? That's not what that is. Yeah, the trade of it, one player's life, one of your squad mates for an information play, economically, it's not the best trade on it. Especially if we see him get a good run out of this game. Goes down to an awkward player of different.
heavy driver है रे कहीं मयूर भाई तो नहीं
This circle right now where it's down towards the eastern side, Fourth Rhymes knows that.
heavy driver मार क्या
To go for bridge camps.
Yeah.
Like if this circle is further over towards the northwest, maybe you don't go for that type of thing. But I
all
think
for FL ये फाइट हो गई
it shouldn't be a case of, oh, let's check if there's some there. You should just know.
Devil's in the details. And it paints a very pretty picture here for some teams. For Aurora, it results in 3 players alive in game 2 to kick us off.
फोटोज प्लेट है वापस गॉड लाइक एंड ओजी भी अपने पास ही है ओह ब्रिज जोन है ब्रो ये तो
Buddy, although this might be the case,
ये पूरा जोन एंड होगा इतने में ऐसे एक्सटेंड होता है ये वाला जोन थोड़ा सा ब्रिज रखेगा एंड जो 2 घर होते हैं ना ब्रिज वाले वहां पे एंड
both
मारते हैं
sides, which is super unfun to play.
अगर एकदम अनलकी रहे तो नीचे जोन जाएगा एकदम अनलकी रहे
I'm sort of expecting it to head towards the northwest, but for Aurora, they're stuck now. As are Alula. Alula's kind of considering whether we should take an eastern crossing or should we just play over towards the
अभी
ridge.
गॉड लाइक को 4 मैन स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाना चाहिए टोटल स्पीड है आगे जो कि वो लोग कर रहे हैं ऑलरेडी
But teams are just going to be sending towards Ferry Pier because there's safety in that location.
Vitality did thunderfoot their way down from Stolber quite quickly. So you can see there amongst the rest of
और भाई ये न्यूज़ जोन में पता है मैं खेलूं अल्टीमेट बहुत खेलूं
off into the zone, knowing that play space will be very limited with a decent chunk of it cut out by the water and that bridge dividing either team.
ये नॉक दे देगा
Only 2 squads on the island right now, Alula and Aurora.
बजिया भाई स्कोप नहीं रहता ना तो नॉक दे देता
This is the POV of Joker.
हिंदी लगाओ अरे ब्रदर हिंदी में दीजिए
Taking this
ओजी विस्कॉट बच्चा
Wizgod being his
विस्कॉट बच गया
behind the trees.
डब्ल्यूस
He's still alive.
ये अंडा सही आ गया आपसे
Able to stay out of dodge there.
पर एक का फाइट है
Very close to
एक
go.
फाइट है
Aking
ऐसे हो गया
challenging this. But man, Aking has been making a name for the DBS, right? You know, there's a lot of nerfs that came through. S12
DBS.
became the more popularized weapon. Despite that, though, Aking is
मारा उसने
consistently winning these crates of it.
He's bringing it back in fashion.
और वो भाई यहाँ जोन नहीं है भाग जाओ प्लीज प्लीज
Quite loud there. You see the banner flying. Haru. Oh, going back in. Let's
Nice knock.
the DBS. What's the prove? He's the DB best, not close and personal one to Schwetz.
वन शॉट मारा
Ideal for his teammates though, as Joker strikes with a shotgun and turning
नहीं यार
side, twists the knife. Another one falls. And orangutan, it all goes down to just Aru. Trapped behind
अरे यार
and laid out by Arena.
भाई पाजी ने अंदर मारा था वन शॉट यार
To remove them. Stepped up to the plate, but not
Nice
worthy to sit around
Hey, yaar.
the arena, unfortunately. Some good shots at the start there, but started to crumble slightly. Tony K came in like a demon, though, from the sidelines. I think Wizgod was not expecting him to be so up close and
भाई अब पाजी ने वन शॉट मारा तो अंदर नॉक हो जाता ना तो हो जाता भाई
over towards the pier itself. Fourth Rives
नाइस नाइस
them over towards the eastern side. We are close towards our next circle now. Enigma Galaxy making me laugh for the
बैट लगा रहे अपना शॉटगन ही बेकार है
circle looks horrendous.
चला जॉइन किया उसके
Getting our
अंदर
drop spot for the rest of the game. We're going to get very looted.
अरे यार वही जोन बन रहा है रे ये वही जोन बन रहा है जो मैं बोल रहा ना एंड जोन ये है
Novka with this
वही
one.
जोन बन रहा है ये
Fourth Rise looking good.
गॉडलाइक को कहीं नहीं हिलना चाहिए सही जगह पे अगर वो हिले तो हर जगह फाइट है
Over towards that compact
Hold it, no.
towards the field. I don't think it's a bad
आई डोंट थिंक उनको वहां से हिलना चाहिए वो जगह छोड़ी
It sits around this area.
काम 25 हो जाएगा
Not sure what S2G is doing. I think they've got boats. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it seems like at least one boat in play there. Dream scenario, maybe it's a hovercraft wrap back over to the main.
मानिया नॉक नहीं यार पावर ने नॉक किया बढ़िया
While though, Godlike
फिनिश दिया ले
Tiamba, Milu
डब्ल्यू पावर आने दे फिर पे डालने दे और
for the Tiamba squad. It's a decent start. The Godlike have received
Nice one.
a knock onto their roster.
Reset हो गई.
The establisher. You
मानिया
can
नॉक हो
see the
सकता है,
fight
लेना रहा है, लेना रहा है. बच गया मानिया.
QZZ with the nade into the ditch.
Power
Mania
kill है.
very low, but backpedals into safety with cover to
पावर को नीड्स लॉन्च करने हैं बस.
First nade goes long here. X Power holding down the
पावर लॉक हो जाएगा ये
that
नेट से.
drawbridge pulled up.
बढ़िया बढ़िया.
Damage
मारो नेट मारो, भगाओ इनको.
using to move. Mania will reinforce the front gates. Actually,
मानिया 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 गया.
try and get some information on that so he
हमारे गाड़ी को
can
मारे.
move around, understand the position.
भगाओ भगाओ इनको भगाओ.
Compromised.
बढ़िया रे, नाइस वन. उनको भगा दिया ब्रो. डब्ल्यूस ये हुई ना फाइट. भगाया ब्रो उनको अपने एंड से.
Faint smoke wall goes up. Only gets worse for Aurora as well. That's quick from Alula finding them. This was the other team that was on the island.
डब्ल्यूस भाई ये जो नेट्स मारे ना उनसे भागे वो
From
लोग.
STG. Looks like they did go back to grab the
Aurora का लास्ट है क्या?
Kamikaze.
उनका लास्ट बच्चा क्या था ये मैच खराब जा
For
रहा.
them to fight towards them. Ulf interestingly taking the hit over as well to Godlike, so that battle turns into a third-party fight.
डिफेंड अच्छा कर रही है, ऑनलाइन डिफेंड अच्छा कर रही है.
Godlike there, quick swing around. Take shots over towards Ulf. For them, Ulf should be able to pick the players back up. They've got a good spot right now. It's not as safe as they make
Not the NRD.
it to be, but it is decently central. It feels like the circle's peeling away from Sosnovka at this point. They have very limited space to work with. Alula trying to make the cross.
स्टोरी ने अरोरा का लास्ट मार दिया. अरोरा आउट हो गई.
Shot over towards Aurora there, leaving them at 0. Out of the game early, 23 points.
ये जोन बस अभी अपने को डिसाइडर है अपने लिए.
Single point earned on this one.
So a great start on Rondo, but a bitter taste left in their mouths off the back of the Erangel performance.
These guys have been playing the same game.
जोन जोन
The
जोन.
first time they've been inside the circle since the beginning. How does their entry? How we
पुश मारना पड़ेगा गॉडलाइक
Kind
को.
of unreal. At some point,
पुश करके मार के ही जोन मिल रहा है, वरना नहीं मिल रहा है.
I mean, Sosnovka.
या तो फेरी पियर का वो मांगा उसके साइड
I
ये
can't believe this.
तो मिलेगा.
Aluna also
वहाँ पे
took
E आ गई.
E from STG on the backside, so they pulled it
पुश
quits.
पुश एंड
Over the bridge now. Into
Wipe करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, that's only a trio blank. Damage onto Yasser as well.
अपने को पोजीशन वाइप करना पड़ेगा.
You might try and trade up. They're just in. They're just in. They're absolutely playing a different game at the moment.
थोड़ा वेट कर लिया, थर्ड पार्टी हो गई तो बढ़िया है.
Shots that go towards them now. This is such a wild play from Nigma Galaxy. Coop's taking
बच गया रे.
a hell of a lot of damage
बच गया वापस से.
and slowly careening back
Yeah.
towards his team. And lock it down. They have lost one off the back of that. Vehicles are smoking, flaming. Flashes dash with going on. I mean, that's 3 eliminations potential there for them, but they're worried about these sidelines to the side. Furia. Ooh. Go on. Give it some welly.
वापस से यहाँ पे टीएन मैन यहाँ पे थर्ड पार्टी मार सकती है. अगर ये फाइट तगड़ी हुई, गॉडलाइक रेडी रही, थर्ड पार्टी मार सकती है.
Floor upside in the attic.
पर थर्ड पार्टी मारी तो और टीम्स रेडी है.
Looking for a
Ian Baggett
here,
close enough
but
wall.
Balak with the distance
टीएन
shot.
मैन और एक मारा.
Flaps back onto Eagle. Aking gets a
Ian
little
Baggett
bit
finish हो
high
गया.
octane as he charges through the ground floor. Nade on the stairs. More
टू टू फाइट है. गॉडलाइक क्लोजिंग मारी, नाइस वन.
Godlike.
सही टाइम है.
With a fight, that's Manya. Just
मानिया
out.
नहीं, पीछे से बढ़ेगा.
Big copper pump in his hands. So many teams crunching in.
Good Molotov here, but really good timing from Godlike as they move into this one, just leaving Aching alive here for Tiamba. Irina on the upstairs with the 4v2.
4v2v1 है.
Really good stuff. I mean, this is a good entry point coming through.
यार,
for
Ken
Godlike.
Bucket
They
कितना पता है क्या अपने
understand
को?
of 2 teams, they're going to be opening up a lot of space down here. Edmino, still at high HP count, but Manya finally
Manya
does
knock है.
fall here to a nade from Mormon.
टीएन में एक को मार दिया क्या?
Goes down.
नाइस वन, मार दिया. पावर ने मार दिया नेट्स. बढ़िया डब्ल्यूस.
Smoke on the stairs. Mormon's
अरे नहीं यार, घुस गया.
onside.
ओ नहीं यार.
Turn around, Mormon. Saying feed me more. It's Godlike charge into him.
वाह बढ़िया रे.
Enough on the
भाई बच्चिंग खा गया.
Sume will save it.
सोम्या ने बच्चा तो लिया भाई.
The only player left
अरे
alive
यार
for
वो
the
घुसना
squad.
नहीं चाहिए था.
I
mean, Godlike need more men now. They're only down to one. What a play from Mormon. The speed, the
स्मोक में
velocity.
से आ गया FPB करके
Straight in there, no qualms.
Vitality आ गई।
Got vitality. They're up into it.
यार सोम्या मणिपुर
These plays has
दिखा दे,
been
तू कर
breaking
सकते है
up
भाई।
5 separate teams so far.
दिखा दे सोम्या
Vitality finally just come over towards the dregs. The funeral's almost over. Can Salme stay alive? As the
let's go सोम्या let's go एक क्लच
the vitality of victim from the top floor. Will they just be
Vitality को भी नहीं पता कितने बंदे हैं।
on entry?
हाँ एक नॉक हो गया दूर से होरा नाइस
A
बैकअप
new challenger arrives. It's Hora in the distance as Jiggle is able to punish and soften them.
Vitality को नहीं पता अंदर
3
कितने बंदे
players
हैं।
left. Sume still just guarding the
नहीं 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 नीड आएगा नीड आएगा
Razak on a dive around the corner. He wants to punish him.
अरे यार
Find it. Really, really good job from Razak. I think you have to make that.
नाइस ट्राई नाइस ट्राई नाइस ट्राई अच्छा अच्छा ट्राई किया
Down, trying to get the res off. You're trying to go for the
वो नेट की जगह अगर गन लेके जाता तो कुछ चांस था कि मार दे
location.
नेट था वो स्विच
So
करके
Razak
ट्राई
goes
किया
for the risky play to keep them up as 4, understanding they'll need that amount of players to push through the next couple of compounds. They got Aura in front of them and 4th rise after that. Alula down towards
अपने भाई के
the south
इसमें
side. Circle finally moved away. Still a lot of water.
दो तीन किल मिले ना
Checked as well. Ida as well as Ulf now going at it. Play from Ulf downstairs is knocked. They have 4 players up though right now. This is very easy to recover from. Well, it should be.
अंतिम में शॉटगन चला रहा
That one catching the
चार मिले अच्छा चार चार किल थे क्या
is good damage.
जब बोल्डी पॉइंट्स तो नहीं मिला कुछ
Between both of them, casualties on either side. Scarface looking to go for the pick-up play. Meanwhile, outside, Emre charging round with the SMG.
फोर मैन ड्राइव
Carried out by Nonshim Red Force. Dizzy takes that one.
Nongshim could push this pretty quickly. Ulf is not looking to
वाइटलिटी आ गई गाड़ी पलट गई रे हैवी ड्राइवर है इनका
flipping into action.
बच गया
They
फोर
lose
मैन
the
और
vehicle.
आउट आ गया रे
Team Razak try and get the buggy through the window, but end up dismantling through normally. That was a speedy rotor. I like that. You know, cut your losses. Moving through Aura as well as 4th rise is going to be hard, and eventually you get third pie by one of them. You hear the engagement
ये
happening.
3v4 है
Send it. Now Wolf is in a very tricky spot. Cut between 2 strong teams in Nongshim as well as Vitality.
एकदम मस्त बैठी है अगर वाइटलिटी पुश मारी स्मोक करके
Quick decisions.
पेटी कंफर्म
Shades
है
of the vitality that we were so impressed by prior. Once again, back on our screens, it's only the one elim they've been able to garner so far.
अगर वाइटलिटी पुश मारी स्मोक करके इसको एनएस वाले भी मारेंगे और वुल्फ एकदम होल्ड कर रही वो भी मारेंगे कितने नेट थे अभी तो वहाँ 100 नेट किए सौम्या भी
So skin in game as well as the Ninetales Fury Org. Both looking
इतने
very
500 नेट ले है क्या अभी तो नेट स्पैम किया भाई पूरा
Jutsu here to try and get out of this one because it is going to be hard. Vitality, Razak, move up, quick shots. Towards Soul,
NS
trying to move around the
Ulfa
corner.
एक knock
Nongshim
range
still
area.
in play. They're the ones getting the most of the damage though. Federales at least will confirm one.
और वाइप कर दिया उल्फ को
Denying someone
नेट से ही खत्म कर दिया
Ulf does go down. Vitality though, they're
वाइटलिटी पूरा क्लियर मार रही हर एक कंपाउंड जो चाहिए उनको वहाँ पे जाके मार रही
moment for Nongshim Red Force to try and challenge that spot. Razak though, what are you doing? Testing the waters, a little bit hard.
उनको जो जो कंपाउंड चाहिए वो लोग क्लीन वाइप मार रहे
Although maybe he wants to go for it from a slightly different approach. Runs back out. Meanwhile, attention to Federales, and that is another knock going the way of Nonshim. Oh, Razak.
Oh, yeah, good shots.
He's got so easy, very low. Right on top of it as well, following up from that. Oh,
टू ही हो जाएगा रे वो रे
instantaneous conversion. Now it's a raw 3-on-3. Luckily, they will save Federales, but he's got to top himself back up.
Razak understood the idea. Now tries to get up towards
इसके में ये सुना है वो रे हाँ रे हो गया नहीं
was
बढ़िया
quick to it. Youngdin pushing
nice
up right
one.
now. It's a little bit close for comfort here. But I think
घुसना ही पड़ेगा इसमें घुसना ही पड़ेगा
rather than later.
बढ़िया इतने नेड मार रहे ना वाइटलिटी बाप रे बाप
Getting a little too
इतने नेड खत्म ही नहीं हो रहे
without the help of the rest of the team. So easy goes down the back lines as Flash starts to move on through.
अरे 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 अरे
Tizzy tries his mind.
Go, go,
Big
go.
shots coming out, but not enough to finish Vitality. The end of Nongshim Red Force. But it does leave Vitality slightly weakened. And Flash, they are next in line to try and keep them pinned here, knowing eventually they'll have to move. Slightly paranoid about the other teams that could be behind them.
वाइटलिटी को वापस से निकलना है
Blue is ushering Vitality
बस
forward
स्टूजी और दो मछली लेके घूम रहे हैं जली भाई
on the same angle as Flash. How will they make this
ब्रो
work?
ये क्या लेके घूम रहे हैं दो
Right,
टीम
you're actually
I mean,
right.
दो जली भाई
Hovercrafts in play. You have to keep both of these alive all the way through to this end game. It's giving them a lot of pressure.
पैसा बढ़ते हैं रे केकड़े लेके
And the hovercraft is stuck on the side. Yeah, just about. We'll take it.
दिल मिला लिया बैठ गया
They're just letting it happen. Come on, bit more gas.
मार दो ना भाई दो स्प्रे मार दो खत्म हो जाए इसका
His teammates taking a fair bit of damage, but with the added armor of these big hovercrafts in play. If you say like this, man.
वेल्डिंग लेके भी बैठे हैं अरे बाप रे फील्डिंग सेट है ब्रो
I'm surprised
लॉबी की फील्डिंग सेट है वेल्डिंग भी है इनके पास ये अब इंटरेस्टिंग होगा कैश जी को कैसे मार रहे हैं ये लोग वाइटलिटी आ गई जोन में वाह ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं
Fourth rise, the shots are pouring in. S2G, they brought repair kits as well with them. Got the blowtorch in play. I mean, that's bold.
बढ़ गया
On fire.
गाड़ी
Get out. Falak, down. Alright.
Letting it mari gaya.
Drops them all up top side. Looks very decent on that one.
Body bhi weak ho rahi hai.
Slightly too far.
बड़ा मस्त किया करे सैंडविच मसाज
Not gonna lie to you.
सैंडविच मसाज
Okay, they should be able to clean up from here at least. As long as there's not any more mistakes. It's damage
Tuji ne
done to
maar diya,
Soldier.
bank ho
They
gaya.
do hold on. Shut down Alula.
वाइटलिटी डाउन हो रही है
Bit of a weird
एक
one.
अच्छा नेट मर जाएगी
I'm glad you picked it up strong though, because I mean it is an important
Nice try,
point.
Vitality.
Interesting. Vitality go down in the
और
meantime.
मसाज दे दिया भाई दो गाड़ियों
The
से
advantage, but it is majority of fourth drives doing that damage. I think Bagaisi after their strange approach from the early game, now going out slowly but surely. Just Ralph as well as Lord.
40 रीसेट हो गई 40 रीसेट हो गई
So far, next circle will pull in stage 7.
पूरा 40 का कब से फाइट चल रहा है भाई
Fourth rise
10 मिनट पहले से फाइट चल
they've
रहा
held
स्टिल
a ton of space. It has
एक
been
दूसरे
a
को
little
knock ही
bit
दे
greedy, but they've been doing a good job of playing off one another. Yes, they're taking some knocks here and there, but they've maintained a 4-man. They're in this
Knock
area.
गिरे रहे वो knock गिरे रहे वो वैसा हो रहा है इनका हॉरा और
This is a
40
game
का
that they should be doing well on. I don't think I put as much pressure on to say this is a game they should win from the spot they had at the start, but it should be at least a top 5, which I think, we've already achieved. So this is a good game from Fourth Rise and shows that they still have it in them.
वापस से क्लोज इन मार दिए
And with them being able to have enough timing here to get IQ back up once again, the 2-2 split from them can still pay dividends massively. It's been a very elongated firefight.
पुश मारना ही पड़ेगा
Between
40
them and
को
Aura, effectively just mirroring each other's
जोन के लिए भी लेना ही पड़ेगा
bridge into the
बट नो
zone.
फियर क्रॉसिंग दिख रहा है
A little bit more split here. No fear in the back, trying to
वापस
protect
से नॉक ले
the
सकते हैं नो
Overwatch.
फियर
Right above you in the building as well. Meanwhile, that's an engagement over onto Enigma Galaxy. S2G after moving
वापस से आ गए रे
Alula, they head center zone.
भाई ये जली भाई का नेक्स्ट लेवल यूज कर रहे हैं भाई
Goodbye, Enigma
वापस से
Galaxy.
40 का नॉक दिया है
S2G stealing
इनका
points
लेगी
here,
चल
there,
रहा
and
है
everywhere.
Do we have to call this play the kamikaze from now on, where S2G just launch him out like a rocket to center circle and leave him there on his own? This is the kamikaze. This is crazy stuff. The rest of S2G
अरे
trying to
अपनी फाइट खेलो ना
regroup.
दूर मार रही अभी नेट से नॉक हो जाएंगे
Kamikaze in play right now. The other hovercraft does go down. Not really any other vehicles. Might need to regroup, pick it back up again. But Kamikaze, he's going to hold it.
Rosa है
He's planted the flag. The S2G flag.
40 का एक नॉक
24 goes down. Jiggle around the side.
वो नाइस रे क्या मारा
Side of the stairs,
बढ़िया
can't weather the storm as 4 Thrives arrives.
Nice
And the
idea.
brain of the operation kicks in the brawn. The shotgun does damage. Falak there in the back line to assist, but no fear. Charging up.
मुश्किल है
He's
अभी
going to
मारना
play on the edge, wants to run in now with the timing, see if he can shut them down. Falak charges.
ओए मार दिया नॉक
Can't do
क्या रे
it. No fear, holds on. Quick switch to the
क्या
prime.
रे
Gets himself onto an offer.
3 knock के pressure है.
With one more play, if he can shut down IQ, he can take out. So he does it. No fear.
घुसके मारा रे no fear रे. W's.
Absolutely.
घुसके मारा.
In the lights like it's
यहाँ पे अभी भी इनका चोर पुलिस चल रहा है.
into the dark, and Fourth Rise will fall. Win up against the world right now. DPS
Andy.
distance. He's fighting all of
Come
them,
here.
but S2G falling in the meanwhile. No fear. There's a possibility of winning this if he
S2G
wants to
chicken ले रही है.
right now.
Get involved in the action.
मौली आ रहा है नहीं रहा.
Weakened.
No fear ने घुसके दिया रे.
Right now, we'll
सही में no fear.
back up, play the slow game. That's Flash.
S2G.
Losing the last man there with Kamikaze continuing to punish.
No fear kill उठा रहा है.
Spot tries to get the heal in. Kamikaze's got a single nade in the back.
मारना पड़ेगा
He
फटाफट.
chooses to dash it. They've got clear vision now. Peppering the bullets. This is it.
एक अच्छा need.
In looking to cook. Let's see if he can.
एक अच्छा need.
Kamikaze
Nice.
looking for it now. A bit of splash damage. Not that just there yet. Kamikaze keeps spraying the right location with the bullets, peppering the ground.
3v2v1 है.
Up mud, Solke in the
3v1v1 है क्योंकि वो रैप तो हो नहीं रहा है.
here. Quite an unfamiliar target. Solke will take down tops.
S2G और एक knock दिया.
Kamikaze is out and we're down
1v1v1.
versus 1.
Solo. 1v1v1.
The outside contender in no fear. Solke
1v1v1 हो गया है. No fear को zone जाना है.
The battle of the
zone
solos.
जाना मेरे को लग रहा है मुश्किल है.
Inside our second game, chicken dinner.
लेट के दिख ही जाएगा अगर S2G ने लेफ्ट देगा ना दिख
Already
जाएगा.
picking up that big clutch. He's amped up as an individual.
नहीं पता है.
Rough read on where
उसको नहीं पता
he
left में बंदा है.
can be stationed, tucked in behind.
नहीं कुछ zone में नहीं है. Zone दिख रहा है.
I don't think he knows. I think he knows there's a team in that general direction, but he does
No
not
fear की
know
पोज ही नहीं पता है.
where No Fear is.
सबसे अच्छा advantage है FL के बंदे पे.
No Fear has a rough idea that he's
अब देखिए advantage zone शुरू होती है disadvantage में convert होगा वो.
Watching both of them. This would be an unbelievable double clutch up versus Fourth Rise into the last two teams. Zias is just pushing.
Spot कर लिया.
And now
FL
Zias
chicken.
with all to do here.
Until unless need ना आ जाए FL chicken.
Solke, the last to fall
Need है.
potentially
S2G वाले पे need है.
versus Team Flash.
Swiss. The lightning reactions for Flash have guaranteed them a second place, but can he take it to first?
Hard cover है.
Will Soke get it done for S2G? A smoke wall.
Zeus पे hard cover है.
Play space.
But वो zone pushing मार रही है. Zone push मार रहा है.
Peak for Flash.
खेलना पड़ेगा.
He's going to make his move. Starts charging in. Wants to close the distance. Here's the peak up. Bullets on target. Swinging so low.
Nice one.
Under the pressure. That's the
दो जलीबाई लेके
as they lock it in.
chicken convert मारे.
2G Kamikaze with the Kamikaze play toward the center.
Gajab.
It's an explosive finish
Gajab
at the
gameplay.
end. But Solke steps up.
Gajab.
The lad that's been in
Bhai.
the sport for the longest of time. He's still got it in him.
Feeling the crowd energy.
S2G
A
और
celebration in
S2G
unison for the nation as they pop off on that one.
दो जलीबाई लेके chicken मारे.
Locking it down and everyone's living
Nice
it
one.
up.
And it's all in the name because it is soul.
Zone तुम्हारे भाई ने बनाया था कि नहीं है बताओ.
At the end of the game for S2G.
जो बनाया वो आया कि
A
नहीं.
lot of confidence coming into this one.
तो मैं चले आता हूँ bro.
They look good in the game.
सीधा center of the zone बना दिया. यहाँ चले जाओ.
Back that we were looking for.
Aggression.
ना एक मैच अच्छा गया ना वहाँ से full
Showing us a lot of the moves.
cover up हो जाएगा सारा.
That one. A smart rotation from start to finish as well, playing by their own rules blank.
FL ने जो यहाँ संभाला इसने
For me, it's just
दो knock दिए थे.
2 matches so far. They have been both electric. I mean, this shot from
हाँ
Zias.
ये no fear का spot नहीं करता ना तो फिर fight हो जाता.
His eyes must be going 2 different directions, man.
तो अरे मैच का कोई यार तुम नहीं कर रहे तो कौन करेगा फिर? मैं कर रही तो
G5. I don't even know how he clocked it, but instantly.
He said it, lightning flash reactions. That's what it is. I mean, so good from this team so far. I mean, they were involved in everything.